Without further ado, the Evolved Sea Sparrow missile. This one, the Block 1. Okay? What I'd like to point your attention to here, and it's critically important, and I don't know if you can see my little arrow here, but it's this contraption down on the lower right-hand side of the missile housing. Right here on this photo, and right here on this photo. These are the target illumination radars, right? They are crucial to the point of the entire discussion. I don't really much care where the missile is. Okay, this could be on top of the ship. I could care less. Wouldn't matter. I am concerned with the target illumination radars, where they are at. Because that's the key. The target illumination radars is the mechanism that illuminates the targets, that allows the Sea Sparrow missile to engage it. So it's critical. General characteristics from Navy.mil. The primary function, surface to air and surface to surface radar guided missile. Let me say that one more time. Primary function, surface to air and surface to surface radar guided missile. Hope this is clear. Please don't come back to me for the 500,000th time and tell me that it's only a surface to air missile. Bistatic semi-active seekers in the nose of a missile receive a reflected signal from a target that is being illuminated with an RF signal transmitted from a fire control radar, i.e., the target illumination radar, on a standoff platform, that is aircraft or ship. We're talking about ship in our context. Such systems require that the platform maintain line of sight to the target until it is engaged by the missile. Ship-based Standard Missile, SM, and NATO Sea Sparrow AAW missiles are examples of such semi-active mode. The NATO Sea Sparrow requires a constant signal for homing. Range is more than 35 miles. Now, in this document right here from Naval Technology, it'll give 31 miles or somewhere in the vicinity of 50 kilometers. I got the more than 35 miles from a Sea Sparrow missile instructor himself. Now, this distance is not the maximum range. Okay? They're not going to give the maximum range. It's not going to happen, but it's at least 35 miles. The target is illuminated with a 2-degree RF pencil beam, which has to be maintained, i.e. painted, on the target until detonation. At a more than generous 50 feet elevation sea level, that is the target illumination radar, right? That I don't care about the missile, where the missile is. The target illumination radar, that height, that's what I'm looking for. The target should be hidden behind 463 feet of curvature. So, please explain how you can have line of sight 35 miles away on a spinning ball by showing how a 2-degree RF pencil beam can penetrate 463 feet, 141 meters of target hidden height through a wall of water 26 miles in length, please. Like I said, PS, 35 miles is lowballing. The official max effective range is classified. It's much, much greater than 35 miles. So either A, the Evolved Sea Sparrow missile Block 1 exists, or B, the spinning ball religion exists. They are mutually exclusive. Both can't be true. Savvy? See if you can follow this. Number 1, the range of the ESSM Block 1 is 50 kilometers. It's not, it's 35 miles. Actually, it's much further. Like I said, it's classified. Number 2, the target must be illuminated by RF pencil beam via target illumination radar on the launch ship. It has to be on the launch ship, the same ship that the missile is on. We'll get into that here in a few minutes. For the weapon system to engage, ergo, it must have line of sight. Number 3, the target illumination radar and the Evolved Sea Sparrow missile Block 1 must be on, like I said, the launch ship, the same ship. Number 4, surface targets, that's ships and sea skimmers. Sea skimmers are classified as a surface target. Why? Well, they only fly between 10 and 30 feet above the deck. Get it? Probably not. Surface targets are engaged by the ESSM Block 1 from launch ships. Number 5, the horizon at 50 feet elevation, according to the curve calculators, is 8.65 miles. That's a geometric horizon, by the way. Ergo, the limit of line of sight on a sphere is 8.65 miles at that elevation. Number 6, if the ESSM Block 1 can engage surface targets from ships at anything greater than 8.65 miles, that's 13.9 kilometers, and it most assuredly can, then the Earth must be flat. Now, your favorite, the modus tollens. If P, then Q, not Q, therefore not P. If the Earth is a sphere with a radius of 3959 miles, P, then illuminating surface targets, including sea skimmers, with an RF pencil beam would be limited to 8.65 miles, Q. Not Q, because surface targets are illuminated, then engaged at distances greater than 4 times that limit. Therefore not P. The Earth is not a sphere. The prosecution rests simple. They live in a fairy tale, the end. P.S. The comebacks I usually get to this is this. Other than, it's a surface-to-air missile, QE. But the missile and the target illumination radar don't have to be on the same ship. Yeah? Factually incorrect. From Raytheon, who makes the missile. Unlike the RIM-7 Sea Sparrow missile and the ESSM Block 1, Block 2's active seeker will support terminal engagement without the launch ship's target illumination radars. Between the semi-active capabilities that the Block 1 brings and the active capabilities that the Block 2 will bring, the consortium's warfighters will have the best of both worlds when it comes to ship self-defenses. The important part is right here. Without the launch ship's target illumination radars. So what they're doing, they're juxtaposing the RIM-7 Sea Sparrow and the ESSM Block 1 against the Block 2. See how they did that? This means that the RIM-7 Sea Sparrow and the ESSM Block 1 must have the target illumination radar and the missile on the same launch ship. The ESSM Block 2 doesn't need the launch ship's target illumination radar on the ship, but the Block 2 ESSM isn't going to be ready until 2020, so sometime this year. Right? From docs.house.gov, the Evolved Sea Sparrow missile ESSM Block 2, an improved short-range ship-based missile that counters attacks by multiple cruise missiles at low altitude, as well as adversary jamming and radar deception. It will be fielded in 2020 with 80 missiles going to the fleet. So this year, 80 missiles, right? The problem for you? Please tell me how the Evolved Sea Sparrow missile Block 1 has been engaging surface-based targets at more than 50 kilometers with the target illumination radars on the launch ships for the past 15 years. .Navy.mil. The first production of the Evolved Sea Sparrow missile was delivered in late 2002 to the U.S. Navy by Raytheon Missile Systems and has been in full operational use in the U.S. since 2004. Listen closely. Kaboom.